Getting back to my introduction, I currently right now I have a health insurance agency. Um, I have over 70 agents. I do that. I also do benefits, 401k IRAs. I'm also a broker. So I've been in the insurance industry for, over 20 years. And Alan and I started this, but what really drew me to this is the Smurf program. And it's something that I think we can help a lot of people and make money at the same time. And today I'm going to share with you some of my experiences and some of the things I've done to be top producer or to be where I am right now, and how we can utilize this with Sequoia. So let's start. So, whenever I train my agents, I always ask them the question of, would you rather do the easy work to make selling hard, or would you rather do the hard work to make selling easy? Now, everybody gets into a business or a job or anything else. We sometimes tend to take the easy way out, but for me, in order, from where I'm coming, I mean, I see that in order for us to be successful in anything, we got to be willing to do the hard work first. For example, part of business or anything we do is selling. But before we sell, are we really studying our what it is that we're doing? Are we really honing our craft? Are we really knowing who we're selling to? And these are some things that what takes a lot of time, takes a lot of practice before we just go out there to really trying to let people know what we're doing. So, I always tell all my agents, you got to be willing to do the hard work first, and then the selling will come easy. Now, I read a lot, but there's one person that I really admire is Jim Rohn, and he has a lot of good philosophy. So I'm gonna have some quotes here, and before we do anything, we gotta know why we're doing it. Why now? A lot of you on this call may have you might have your businesses, you might have a job, whatever it is. Now that you join Sequoia, why did you join Sequoia? Why, why now? What is it that you want from Sequoia? And sometimes it's not about finding the right answers. It's really about asking the right questions. And not asking your right question is also being honest with yourself. And that's something I've learned, when I got into insurance. So I'm going to share with you. When my first son was born, I was an aviation um, inspector. I was an inspector for the airlines, but that job required that I travel a lot. It requires some time when the planes are down and they need to do a 5,000 hour check that I would have to be there for a month. So that's when I decided, hey, you know what? I gotta find something else. Even though I enjoy the job so much, but my family comes first because I didn't want to be away from my newborn son. So I that's when somebody invited me to get into insurance. And I didn't know anything about it, but I saw potential. Kind of like, a lot of you guys coming into Sequoia, you see potential because we're disrupting so many things within different industries. And I know that you see that, and that's why you joined Sequoia, and but then you have to also ask yourself, you know, why are you doing this? How do you want to do this business? And really find that answer and be able to really make some sacrifices. Nothing comes easy. And you got to know what your belief is. I mean, Jim Rohn, he has some quotes here. He say, "Profits are better than wages," meaning, if you work for somebody, you're working for wages. You work for yourself, you work for profits. So if you work for yourself, what are you doing to really um, tone your skills? What are you doing to discipline yourself? What are you doing to really help build that business or make yourself better in order to build your business? And some of another quote he says, "I found a way not only to make a living, but a way to make a fortune." So, you go to work with somebody, you're making a living. You work for yourself, now you can focus on making a fortune. Okay. And that's why I've been in business by my on my own. I'm my own boss, and the health insurance industry really helped me do that. But you know what? It's not easy. When I first got into it, I knew nothing about insurance. I mean, I focused. I took 2 days to study, got my license. But even after that, going into the business, I didn't know anything. It was Google and YouTube University was the place that I went to learn everything I needed to know about insurance. And there's a quote that Jim Rohn says, "For things to change, you have to change." I changed a new line of work. I risk everything to go into insurance and not knowing, what it had, but I did the hard work by researching, learning, and it took a lot of sacrifice. Took a lot of late nights. When I got appointed to a carrier, I went on their website. I clicked every single click and learned everything. I called them, and I'm on the phone with them for hours in order to really learn, the business, to learn all the technicality or the technical information. And look, you're with Sequoia. You're starting a new business, and I urge everybody to do that. I don't know commercial lending, but I'm learning it. As far as the SMERP program, there's a lot of things to learn, and I'm learning that every single day, in order for me to really know how to build this business under the Sequoia platform. And sometimes we wish for things to be easier, but it's better to wish it to be better. And these are the quotes from Jim Rohn that I live every day by them. Um, so when it comes to selling, it's about knowing what to say and what not to say. A lot of time, when people get excited on the product or they get excited because they're new in the business, they tend to say too much, and I myself made that mistake, and I learned the hard way. Because I knew so much information about insurance after I researched, after I learned everything, I came out there and I was selling the information. And I'm like, wait, I thought I knew everything. I thought people would be more receptive. But I learned the hard way, and I went back and learned some more about selling, and I realized one thing: selling is a people business, and it's not a selling business. You're selling to people, not robots or anything like that. And so after that, I really started to attend events. I thought really go out there networking. I went to what's that, BNI, all that other stuff, just so I can learn, not just to build rapport with people or sell myself, but really learn how to converse with people and understanding how to really build rapport. And a lot of you on this call, you may be working for somebody, you might not be somebody that's out there talking to people every day. Well, that's somebody that was me. I am somebody that would never go on stage and talk or, be the first one to introduce myself. But you know what? After a lot of practice, after the fact that I know I have to do this, I learn. I learn and and the only way you can learn is the hard way. And that's what I encourage a lot of people here to do if you don't have those skills already, because I did not have that skill at all when I first joined the insurance business. And I learned that it's not about what you say. uh First of all, it's more about how people see you. It's more about whether they trust you or not. That trust is very, very important. And how do they see you? So if you're going out there wearing sweatshirts and t-shirt and go walking up talking like you have all the money in the world, how are people going to trust you? You have to be very humble. You have to always stress your best. I have to say, that's one thing that I did. Every time people saw me, I was always in a suit, sometime with or without a tie. And I showed up for all the events. After a while, everybody's like, "Oh, I know him. I saw him here. I saw him there." Now, and that's something that helped me build my business, build my name. And that's how I became successful. That's how I became the top producer in this whole Northern Virginia area in the business that I was doing, and then later on became an agency. But you have to show up. You have to be out there. Nowadays, with the way people sell, I guess it's a little different because it's always social media. It's always I could use AI, or I can market myself to social media. Well, you know what? Sometimes that human interaction makes a big difference as far as whether you close a deal or not. So to me, that's very important, and I think everybody should take that into heart. But once you you meet somebody. When I was doing insurance, I always had a elevator speech. I have, different type of things to say when I meet certain people. But sometimes, when you get going, you forget. You you get excited, and when emotions go up, brain cells go down. So what I did was to even fix that was I practiced. I practiced my script in front of the mirror. I wanted to see would I buy from myself. And I learned to really talk less. I learned to really say very little, but has value. So uh, that's what we need to do when we actually meet other people, and really know what we're saying, but keep it simple. I always tell my agents, yeah, every time you see a potential client, you want to give them a kiss. You want to keep it simple, stupid. That's what it stands for. And it's worked for me. I made all the mistakes. I did everything that um, you know, possible, all mistakes possible, and I learned from them. But you gotta be willing to practice your script. You gotta be willing to know what you're talking about, and don't try to sell. Just be yourself and just say a few things. And in my usually when I train my agents, in any selling that you do, there's one word that everybody should remember, and that word is help. No matter how you say the word help, let's say if you yell out help, everybody is going to everybody's going to notice you. If you come up to somebody and say, "Excuse me, can you help me with this?" Guess what? You're gonna get their attention. Or let's say if you say, "You know what?" You walk into the business and you say, "Hi, sir. Hi, ma'am. Uh, I'm in the area, and I've been helping a lot of businesses in the area when it comes to so and so. I wanted to see how I can help you." I can guarantee you, anytime you tell or talk to somebody and you use the word help in that conversation, you are going to get their attention. You don't want to say like, "Hey, I work with a company. They got a lot of money for you, blah blah blah," because you're really trying to prove that you have something. You gotta stay humble. Just say, "Hey, I'm here to see if I can help you. Maybe to see if you would qualify for this government program that gives you health insurance, dental, life insurance at no net cost to you nor your employees. And I want to see if I can help your business qualify for that, and possibly, help you and your employees. In any way I say, it doesn't matter. I just throw the word help in there, people will listen. So please, when you do talk to anybody, that word, that four-letter word, keep it in your vocabulary. And that's the most powerful word that I've learned in my years of selling to really, really get people's attention. Now, in, when we could do prospecting, and we're sitting in front of a client or whatever the case, in order to get someone to say yes, you gotta be able to, number one, uh, n- know why you're there, and let them know that you can help them in some ways. But a lot of time I do the work ahead of time, where I learn about who I'm talking to. I want to see what their needs are, and if I don't know, I have you got to ask the right questions. You got to be able to provide some kind of solution to their problem. For example, when the Obamacare came out, a lot of people didn't know what it was the first year. A lot of agents, didn't know the program. So I knew it was a good opportunity, and I studied on it, and I went out there, and I worked with a lot of nonprofits. I knew a lot of different businesses, so I went to the nonprofits and I say, hey, you know what? You have a lot of low income people that you help. How about this? How about we partner together where I come and I help them apply for Obamacare, and in return, I'll donate a portion, $30 per application to your organization, because every nonprofit needs money. So, it's a win-win, because now I'm helping them with their clients with Obamacare, but that at the end of the day, I'm also donating something to their organization. And then I went to all of the radio, all of the advertising, in different communities, and I basically made the same deal with them, where I would have a show to educate on Obamacare, and if anybody call and they get enrolled, I will donate to their station and stuff. So I was very creative, but the most important thing was that I utilized Obamacare and be able to help a lot of these organizations. And to make a story short, the first year I had over 4,000 clients. I had the director of Kaiser calling me up. But also I want to share this. Even at the beginning, I wrote a letter to Kaiser saying, "Hey, I need you to help me with marketing, because I plan to give you a lot of clients, and I'm asking for $15,000." So of course Kaiser's like, "Who the heck is this guy?" They've never seen me. I've never written one health insurance policy, but then all I care was that I got their attention. At the end of the year, I got their attention. The director of Kaiser called me up. But they didn't give me 15,000 at the beginning. They just say, okay, we'll pay for your if you need flyers, we'll print it for you. But the end of the year, um, because I gave them so much business, I had the director call me. I had them set up a team to help with my clients and all that. And so I did the hard work in order to get where I was, but I went out there to find problems to solve. And, as I solve the problems, it helped me. So everything that I do is a win-win uh, scenario. That's one thing that I want to stress is that when we go out there talk to clients, we have to present it to them where it's a win-win. Meaning, I'm here to help you, and and as long as they can see that, as long as they see that they don't lose anything. And when we talk about, hey, losing something, it's more not just about money, but time and effort or inconvenience. So remember, even if you have a good product, but if the back end is not taken care of, and you haven't felt haven't talked to the business where they felt comfortable that if they get it with you, that there's not going to be any problems. Okay. Everybody a lot of time worry about the front end, but they forget about the back end. When I made these deals with these radio stations or these nonprofits, here's what I told them. I say, look, I will help them enroll. And if they ever come up with any questions, or if they don't understand the bill or anything like that, my people will take care of it. At the time, it was only me. But in order to enroll over 4,000 on the first year, I had people to help me. I had to hire college students to help me enroll these people too. But the most important thing is that when you talk to any of these businesses, whether they need commercial loans, whether they need anything, they have to believe that you can help them. They have to see that you are credible. And how is that? Because if you can make them feel comfortable by assuring them that you can help them on the front end, but you will always take care of them in the back end. See, that part, a lot of my agents learn the hard way, is that they're all selling the product, and they're telling them, oh, what it does, everything, but they forget to say something like, look, once enrolled, if you have any issue, we will handle all of it for you. I assure all my clients, I even tell them, hey, if anybody calls you up and try to sell you on this and that, it's a scam, or I make them comfortable, but also I make them feel that I will be handling this for them. And sometimes even with my Medicare customers, I tell them, look, you're stuck with me for life. And they laugh, but in reality, they felt that. Because I told him every year when you renew your application, every year it changes. I will be there for you. I will hold your hand. I will take care of you. So these are some of the skills that I've learned. Look, I didn't have it. I learned, and only because I have that mentality of helping people. So earlier I say, what's your philosophy? Are you out there to make money? Look, everybody is out there to make money. But for me, you put the people first, the money will come. Show them the front end and assure them of the back end, meaning you're going to be there when they need you. Okay. And, in order to build rapport with people, you know what? People talk. That's why I showed up with a lot of events in my community. I do a lot of nonprofit. I volunteer. I'm president of 3 nonprofits right now. And I help every week. I help over 500 families. I feed them with food. I help families that first come to America, low income, battered, shelter. Families and the county come. They send people to me all the time. But if you have that mentality of wanting to help people, and like I say, the skill in selling is basically building that trust, let them know how you can help them, but more importantly, helping them in the back end. Now, marketing is a very crucial part of your business, because if you get into the business and you have no idea what your niche is, you're going to be all over the place. Okay. So, when I got into health insurance, let's say when I got into life insurance, my niche were nail salons. Why? Because I used to own 6 nail salons. I know how they think, I know what they want, and I basically became one of the top producer just selling, insurance, life insurance. This was before I got into health insurance because I knew my market. So when you get into Sequoia, we have commercial lending, we have um, the Smurf program, and we have EV stations and commercial solar. Find your niche. So, you know, when I say niche, I would say this: find something that you know. A lot of people get ideas and they say, "Oh, I'm gonna have a landing page. I'm gonna create a website. I'm going to, advertise on social media." I'm not saying it's wrong to do that, but your niche could be just your community within 10 miles of where you live. It's like, okay, let's say you do commercial lending. How many of your friends flip houses? How them own a building or whatever the case? Talk to them. Or do you know somebody that know those people? So, you know what? Write it down. Write down all your friends and family and contacts. That's how we start. I mean, that's why I say today we get back to basics. Okay? And sometimes we get so successful that we forget, to write these things down. It's very important that we do that because, like in my over 20 years of doing nonprofit and my insurance business, I know a lot of businesses. But sometimes I even, if I don't write it down, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I can go to that guy, or oh, I can go over there. It just comes up. So even I still write these things down. And like you get in the business, they have the memory jogger, or even just write down your friends, your family, your acquaintances, personal contacts, and then kind of say, okay, what does this person do? How can I help this person? Like I went to lunch for my birthday on Friday to with a friend of mine, and I found out that she was buying a couple properties in Baltimore and in Florida, and she needed a loan. You know what? We're taking care of her loan right now, and it's just a matter of me talking to them. But I say that is because sometimes the low hanging fruits is your money maker. Those are the people that you have rapport with already. Sometimes you can look at them like, okay, that's gonna be my practice people. Yeah, but sometimes we make so much money, and we think that we're big shot now, and we forget about things like that. And I feel good because she went to M&T Bank, she went to two other banks, and they're like, "Oh, we need all of this." It's basically her whole life history, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't know, they're cooperative." I say, "Don't worry, our team at Sequoia will take care of you, and I know we will." I mean, I like 2 months ago, I helped my buddy, and I took him out for his birthday, and we closed a $4.5 million loan. And all I did was send it to our specialist, and he got his loan in 3 weeks. And I made a 5-digit um, check just because of that. And these are low hanging fruits. Don't try to say, "Oh, I got that $1 million friend. You know what? If I talk to him, then he's gonna get me." You know what? Start with the low hanging fruit. Don't look at the I know a friend. I know a couple of friends that are worth over 100 million, but I don't care to talk to them because uh, maybe they have people already, but I've never really are that close to them also. But there's a lot of people I know within my circle that I can talk to, or let's just say even with the Smurf, I have 10 businesses right now, and these are my friends. They all own from nail salons to restaurants, to what's that, mechanic shop, and they're all my friends. I have a seafood distribution business, and I'm gonna enroll them all in Smurf. And I would tell you, if I really focus, I probably have over 100 businesses that trust me right now that I can put into the Smurf program. So, when I say going back to basics, we all have to really look back in our life. Who are our friends? Who do we know? Maybe it's a restaurant we go to every week. They have employees. Talk to them. Say, hey, I was hoping if I get a minute of your time because I'm helping a lot of business like yours when it comes to benefits or so and so, and they know you already. They know that you're there every 2 weeks. So think about things like that. Don't overcomplicate it, because a lot of time it's a new business and there's big money or whatever it is, we lose track of who we are and who we know. So keep it simple and draw out your plan. When I was in the insurance industry, I basically drew out my 1 year plan, 5 year plan, and 10 year plan. And I tell you what, I got to my 10-year plan in 5 years. That's how fast it was. But you know what? I work 7 days a week. People are asleep at home. I'm at the office to 3 o'clock in the morning, especially during open enrollment. Sometime, I will work at least 16 hours. But if I didn't do any of that, I wouldn't be where I am right now. I'm not saying I'm retired, but I can work anytime I want. I can turn it off anytime I want. And when you guys are with Sequoia, you're in the turnkey business. You can turn it on, you can turn it off, and it's a turnkey business because we've done all the work for you. But still, you're out there talking to people. What we have is phenomenal, and we are disrupting all these industries. But you need your people skills. You need to be able, to just pick the low hanging fruits first. So, and really go out there and practice everything that you want to say to whoever it is, whether it's your friend, your uncle, your aunt, it doesn't matter. But a lot of time family are the ones that really turn you down more so than your friends. But practice, practice, practice. Like I say, I never had any of those skills, but if I didn't practice all this time, I wouldn't be where I am right now. Now, let's talk a little about social media because I know that now that's what a lot of people use in order to, show the world who they are. And you can always use it for the business. You can text people and just kind of try to get an appointment. And use social media to attract and educate people. You can always send a video about, the program, say, hey, take a look at this. What do you think? Um, but, most importantly, just be yourself. Just be out there as the guy or the girl, the gal that is out there to help people, you know, not just to, hey, I got a business I wanted to talk to you about, just say, hey, I'm a consultant with Sequoia. And what we do is we help small businesses when it comes to blah, blah, blah. I want to see if I can help your business. Or, looking at the economy right now, a lot of people need money, and I'm a consultant with a company that handles money that maybe could help you, something of that sort. And but when you're on social media nowadays, people judge you by what you post on social media. So please be positive, be you know don't criticize anybody because a lot of these things it stays there. One negativity will definitely follow you for life, especially with social media. And you can go on social media and join certain groups. Like, let's say there's all real estate groups in Facebook, or even LinkedIn. You can go on there and join different kind of groups and just kind of like have uh and build rapport with people just by asking them questions. Sometimes it's not just about you offering them something, maybe you can ask them questions because look, people love it when you ask them certain questions, about their work or their life or and then all of a sudden, when you ask them and they say, "Oh yeah, I need this, I need that." Boom. Now you can jump in and say, "Hey, I'm here to help you." And when you're on social media, everything is public where you can learn about your clients even before you know, talk to them. I'm not saying you have to stalk them, okay? But whenever I talk to the client for life insurance stuff like that, I try to get as much information as I can or learn, about them in order for me to really find what their needs are. It's not just about trying to close a deal. It's basically how can I best help them? And always keep that mentality is that you're a consultant and you're here to help them. I mean, consulting is basically connecting people, and just keep that focus, and really manage the time you have for social media. Let's just say you say, all right, with this business every week, I'm gonna put 3 hours towards social media in order to get my presence there. Because a lot of time, if you're not on social media where you comment or you're not there to like something, people think you don't exist. Even the algorithm, on the social media won't show you certain things, or maybe on the. But if you go in there and you know, let's say you're on your computer and all you're doing is searching solar, and watch on your social media, you're gonna have everything about solar, or they might recommend groups and stuff like that. So, really manage your time on social media, but do things that pertains to what it is that you want to do. So here's something that I have here, where the best time to post on social media. And let's just say on Facebook, Saturday and Sunday from 12 to 1 p.m. Is a good time. Thursday, Friday, and Friday 1 to 4 p.m. And then Wednesday after 3 p.m. Um, this is an actual research, by the way. I didn't even know about any of this until I learned all of this. But here, when to post your on Facebook in general to increase your shares: 1 p.m., 3 p.m., and 9 a.m. So these are the times I guess people really check their phone, go on and check their Facebook. Um, you know, Lock this down because a lot of time you might post at different times. Just because some of us work to 2 a.m. doesn't mean we're going to post at 2 a.m. because nobody's going to read it. So from the studies, these are the best time. Okay. Um, Midweek posting. This is LinkedIn. Tuesdays 10 to 11 a.m. Is good. Best times, let me see. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 7:30 to 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m., 12 p.m., and 5 to 6 p.m. Okay. So when to post on LinkedIn to get the most clicks: 5 to 6 p.m., 7 to 7 a.m., and 12 p.m. And what are the best times to post on Instagram? So for Instagram, Monday through Thursday at any time other than 3 to 4 p.m. Videos anytime 9 p.m. through 8 a.m. Experiment with 2 a.m., 5 p.m., and Wednesday at 7 p.m. And the best time to post on Instagram: 8 to 9 a.m., 2 a.m., and 5 p.m. So use all the resources that you have. And like I said, you have a lot of resources, but you really have to sit down and write them and really map out how you want to work your business, where you're going to go, and what resources you're going to use. Or resource doesn't mean it has to be a website or anything. What resources could be people. So use what you have. Now, that's what I wanted to share, but I also wanted to share this. This is for a deal that Alan did. with the EV stations. And I know he posted this um, on Facebook, but maybe some of you guys might not have understood. But this is a property in Chicago, and the client owns a restaurant, and he has 20 spaces, parking spaces. So with this proposal that we're giving him, we will install 2 fast charging stations for him at no cost. Okay. And how are we able to do something like that? Well, you have to understand, we have over 500 lenders and private investors. So now we're utilizing that to marry the solar business into it. There's a lot of times that, some solar installers, they might not have what we have. But I would tell you, a lot of them are coming to us now because we're able to do this, putting together a proposal where, we will save the owner a lot of taxes, and also, it's no cost to him. And from this deal here, the um, the income, his average income from the 2 fast charging stations, about $144,580. And the owner will receive about $17,349 dollars every year, as long as he has the EV station on his property. And as a consultant, you guys would be getting about $3,000 a year every year that they have that. That's about $250 a month, and month after month. And this is how powerful our platform is, that we're able to put something like this together. And again, this comes back to what I was saying. This is a win-win. It's a win-win for the owner, for the installer, and also Sequoia and the consultants. Everybody wins in this deal. That's why I love it. The fact is that, you know what, we um, we have to really uh, put these kind of win-win deals. And to me, that's what good about our business, is that everything we do, it's a win-win. So um, you all have to really take a look at all that, and after this training, really go back to basics. Sometimes you just have to really start, with your low-hanging fruits, and just keep it simple. So that's what I have today. And I would tell you, I just knew about this training 2 days ago. So if I miss anything, or I apologize, but I hope you guys can take something out of what I shared today. And if anybody have any questions, I'm opening the room up for any questions.
Yes, Bobby, I have a question. This is Damien from Florida.
Yeah.
About the just 2 questions. Facebook, Instagram, best times to post. Is that
Mhm.
the latest and the greatest on the updates for 2024? When I say updates, meaning is that the latest that they, because they're always talking about the best times to post, because I used to do a lot of video for my personal training back during a little bit before the pandemic, but every year there's a new playbook, and like every 6 months they come out with new ways to work the algorithm. So I'm trying to find out, is this the latest
This is what
that
I
they're
got
posting?
from 2023,
Okay, I
from
mean
one of
that's
my
good enough,
trainings from 2023.
right? And then the second question is the charging stations for the restaurant. Is that a .com restaurant like Golden Corral, or is this like a mom and pop brick and mortar?
I think
And
it's a
what would be the
Chinese
best?
restaurant. It's a Chinese
Uh,
restaurant. I believe
okay.
it's a Chinese restaurant, and the most important thing is that they have the a lot of parking spaces. And this is something where you can take it to apartment buildings. Let's say I live in the Northern Virginia. I
Hmm.
mean, Bison's area, it's great for that. Or shopping centers nowadays, they know the EV game, so they have it. But a lot
Right.
of apartment buildings. Oh my God, this huge. This is huge. And the most important thing is that we are able to put the proposal together where it makes sense because we have the lenders. That's where we are on top of this versus, a regular solar company.
Right.
Okay. And that's how more efficient we'll close because we're able to do all of this.
So your advice would be to target parking buildings and maybe restaurants with large parking lots? No, I
Sure.
mean, yeah, okay, yeah,
Sure. At the
right,
end of the day, here's the thing. If I got a gas station that can fit two of these things, why not? The most important thing is, can you show them where, okay, I'm gonna show you how to put some stations in. This is what you're gonna be making, and you know what? It's really barely a cost to you because we're gonna finance all of that for you. So,
right.
and look, all these projects are not easy because they have to go through what do you that building code, all of that stuff. But I would tell
Right.
you, this is the future, and we
Correct.
are at the forefront of it. Remember, on my presentation, there's only 90, was it? There's only 4% that has commercial solar or EV stations. I mean, that's not even 2%. So the
Right.
market is wide open for anybody that wants to take advantage of it.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, let me see if I don't know if you guys have seen this website. Let me also share this with you. Uh, oh God, I don't know how to do this again. I had a technical, let me see, let me stop sharing first. Okay. All right, you don't see that screen anymore, right? Uh,
No, we cannot see it.
all right, now you see this screen, correct, with YouTube?
Yes.
Well, if for those of you that don't know about this website here, this is a website that you can actually use to really get information from a lot of businesses. Somebody give me a zip code.
11435.
11435. All right, so this is in Jamaica, New York.
Yeah, my hometown.
Okay, well, sir, in Jamaica, New York, these are the companies that have had the PPP loans. Okay, so let's just say if I went into this company here, they
Mm-hmm.
have 40. Let me see. Uh, oops, what happened? Okay, they have 46 employees. They made a loan for 600,000, and you can actually try to contact them and let them know that there's another program that will allow them to get benefits. So the reason why we can utilize some of this, let's say this company, Windsor Contracting, they have 18 employees. And the reason why this is good is that, remember, they've gone through the PPP loans, and I would tell you, it is a mess because I used to work with the SBA to really implement this with
Mm-hmm.
everybody, and it was a mess at the beginning. But if they went through all of this, they understand the fact that there are government programs that are too good to be true. Does
Right.
this make sense to everybody? So you have this in your back pocket where you can learn about these businesses. You can say, "Hey, we're consulting with Sequoia, and we see here that you've had the PPP loan, you were part of that program. Well, we have another program where we can benefit, your business by giving all your employees health insurance, dental, and life insurance at no net cost to you. And we got your information, from when you apply for a PPP loans. So if you say something like that to them, they're like, "Oh, am I missing out on something?" You know,
Right.
And this is something that's great for you to really see what company, how many employees they have. Because if you say, yeah, we see here you have about 18 employees, correct? And just ask them, keep asking questions. And are you offering them health insurance? Oh, no, no, it's too expensive. Well, I guess this program will be able to help you. Or if they say, hey, you know what? Um, we do offer, well, guess what? We can add to that without changing anything you have. Because a lot of time as you know, some of the health insurance policy have deductibles where can really solve that problem to bring that deductible down. Okay. So, all right, Miss Wilkinson, you have a question, ma'am.
Yeah, I do. Hi, thank you. My only question was, what's the correlation with this program and like the PPP? Because I've seen this described before.
So there's no correlation. It's basically the PPP loans was a program that really helped bail out a lot of businesses during COVID because they were shut down. But the SMRF program is a reimbursement health reimbursement program where the government is really funding that. So in a way, the government's funding the PPP, and this is another program where the government is funding. So that's the correlation. But
Mhm.
the one is from Obama, the Affordable Care Act, that now we are implementing. And the PPP loan is another government program during COVID. But we're utilizing this database to let these businesses know that there's another program that can help their business.
I
So
see.
if they already have the PPP loans, they understand, hey, the government's taken care of. This is where a lot of people would look at the SMRF program and say, what? What? I'm getting all this? Who's paying for it? So you see, so this
Right,
program
right,
here, you're showing them, yeah, it's the government paying for it because it's too good to be true. But if
right.
they've never had a PPP loan because they don't trust the government, it's harder for you. So yes, Mr. Turner.
Yeah, and that site is ProPublica. Is
Yes,
that the one?
you can take a picture of that, or uh, uh,
Screenshot it.
yeah, go on there. But today I'm just kind of getting back to basics and showing you guys that there are places where you can get the business.
Good
And
deal. Good deal.
yeah, and look, there's another site for solar, and I had it before, and basically that site was wonderful. And once I get it, I'm gonna give it out to you guys because on this site it shows me every single building that has solar and every single building that doesn't. Okay.
Wow.
So I can utilize that to say, your neighbors across the street, they have solar and they're saving a lot of money. I want to see if I can help you do the same. Oh my God, that's huge. And I would tell you, I was on this probably 3 years ago, and I'm on a new computer, so of course I save all my tabs, but I don't even know where the other computer is. But give me some time. I'm gonna find that website again because that's something that we can definitely use. And part of being with Sequoia, I'm here to really help all of you to develop your business. We're going to be putting a training program together. We're going to have a lot of resources for the agents to really have activities, to be able to go out there and really get some business. So I'm doing a lot of research on that, and I will create some more training. I hope today was okay for you guys, but sometimes we just got to keep it simple, guys. I mean, and that's all I can say. I mean, don't overcomplicate it. We're in the business where not a lot of people understand. What was this commercial lending? I usually just go to bank. So you say that you can give me money, and they're like, oh no, no, how can I trust this? Or the fact that what commercial solar? I never thought that I can get that. Or even the tax appeal, the tax segregation. It's like, what? You say you can save me, money just by going through my taxes? we're doing things that are disrupting the industry. So people are going to have doubts because they don't understand this. So, I'm going to try to find ways to make it easier for you all. If you have any input, any other resources, please share. This is one, we're all under one platform. We're one big happy family. So, if you have something, please share. And whatever I find, and I will find that website that has, oh my God, I live in DC, and when I went on there, it showed me all the buildings that had solar and all the buildings that didn't. That was gold. But that was when Alan and I were looking into the solar space. It was like 3-4 years ago. We were into that, and we'll find it. We'll find it. And we'll give it to you guys. But I think this website here can help you a lot with the SMERF program. And we might be coming out with some scripts to help you with this too. So just hold tight. We'll have more good things coming for you guys. Anybody have any questions or anything else to add?
No, appreciate the presentation there, Bobby. Good job.
Oh, thank you, sir. All right, so
Yeah, excellent.
all right, but I'm only the fill-in, okay? I'm not every week, but maybe I will later on. But because I feel that we really need a lot of this to really get our agents really out there, you know? So everybody's got a different style. And look, guys, Mo does a great job on training. He does it every Thursday at 8. Please join his training. And, we soon will have training in different languages. I know that Gio does it in Spanish. I may do something in Vietnamese. And of course, Alan has it in Chinese. If there's any other languages that you speak that we don't have, maybe you need to do some training. Build a team, but all we are consultants, so we share information. We bridge the gap and we connect. That's what we do here. And you know what? We have fun and we make a lot of money at the same time. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for being on this call. And if nobody has anything to add or any other questions, we'll call it a night.
All right, Bobby. Thanks, man.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Everybody have a good night.
Good night, all.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.